Mike Archibald Dental Studio. Been a dental technician for 34 years, been educating since day one pretty much. I started in a school. I've been part of product development and product evaluation for a bunch of my career, and I feel like I've been lucky to be first in using a bunch of materials, any materials on the market from any company that I want. And I want to talk about the harvest products that I use today. Also want to talk about the product Nano Zirconia and what I found to be super beneficial with that and how I utilize it here in my dental studio. Alright, so here at the first, I'm just deepening my fossa, adding pits, adding depth to like my actual pit in the fossa, having it fade out as it goes up and over ridges, having it fade out into secondaries. And we're going to make this look like it's ours rather than theirs, just off the program. So I'll go in and deepen my primary groove where I need to. I've already got my sprues finished off of here. As far as contour, I'm going to go in and accentuate a little bit of my lobing just to make this look like it's mine. Anything that you would do to ceramic, you should do to these as well. Any subtle contours that you have that are yours, like you should do that to the green state. That's the beauty of green state modification and completion, is we can go in and add the textures or finish that we want and make it ours. Make it ours and make it truly monolithic with no finish that wears off. And that's a high integrity monolithic restoration. So I can go in and add that, my lobing. This is just a worn out fine diamond. I really like a worn out fine diamond for subtle texturing or surface issues that I may see. So if you saw, I mentioned that I used a worn out fine plated diamond. I like them, one, because they're cheaper than a centered diamond, but also because of the teeth on here. You know, this is a fine plated diamond, and this is a medium fine centered diamond. And this fine plated diamond is a little more aggressive, but it works well because it's a worn plated diamond. Plus the actual teeth on plated versus centered. A centered diamond has teeth that are tight together, like my knuckles here. And a plated diamond is more like this, where we actually have space. So the material is going to relieve and fly out. We're not going to build up heat. We're going to be able to make really clean modifications to our green state. So, and plus it's a finer grit that's on there. It's just a little more, it compensates by having a little more space between the teeth. So that's what I like to choose if I want to add lobing or any contours that are going to make it look more like it's mine, my style. So I go in and add those, and then I can come in with our polishing wheels. Like I talked about before, we have our red and our gray, and they both have rounded corners instead of the squared off corner. I've barely rounded the edge. So we'll start with the red. And we can do this on our enlarged die. Our enlarged die, we have that process documented, and we can share that with anybody that wants that. But we create an enlarged die so that then we can go in and we can actually complete and take all the burr marks out of the restoration, but we can complete a margin right to an exaggerated or blown up version and a margin in die. It makes it super easy to go super fast and get a very fine finish. And when I say fine finish, the reason that this is the best, and it is the best with Nano, is the fine particle size allow us to treat it just like a metal restoration or a gold crown, how we did before. Just think of this is your wax stage. We're in the wax stage. We want to complete our gold crown with the finest wax job and finish of our wax, because that is what represents how fine the finish is on our gold crown that we cast. Same with our Zirconia crown. This will represent how fine the finish is coming right out of the sintering furnace. This crown will require no glaze or anything. If anything, it will need just a slight touch on the contact, but the contact's going to remain in full zirconia, and that will be a finish that will never wear off. That's why we're doing it that way. So I can go in and pre-polish or highlight just primary ridges, middle lobes. This does remove just a slight bit of material so you can see it soften any sharp corners or anything like that, but it's not going to blow things away. And if you have the corners rounded off and you go in a circular motion, you can very controlled see what you're relieving and giving polish to. I'm not polishing everything down in the grooves, I'm just hitting the high points. Being nano zirconia, I don't have to go down and hit in my primary grooves or the secondaries. I definitely just want, if there's anything with a square edge on it, to just barely knock that square edge off. But I don't want to go down in and hit down in my grooves. If everything is polished the same, then it's going to look too shiny. It'll look fake. You know, what makes it look real is the different little texture, pericamata, and the different lusters in the finish. And in the green state is the only place we can do that with zirconia. From our red polishing wheel, we go to the gray. The gray polishing wheel comes in our green state finishing kit. And on this one, this is as far as I'm going to go, just so that we can show the difference. We did a lower first molar, where we went from this to the cotton fluffy wheel to give it the ultra high shine. But this is a finish that's going to come out like a low gloss, like medium high luster type restoration. So if you're trying to match a natural tooth that you see isn't dull, but it's not like a marble. I mean, you know, this is where it's fun to get away from glazed materials. If you have the time and you really want to create something that helps you stand apart and different from everybody else, you need to get into the green state polishing, and you'll quickly realize that nano zirconia truly does green state polish much different, much more like ceramic, much more like a natural tooth in your result versus others. Others are very coarse. They'll eat wheels like this up. I'm going at a very low RPM. I'm down between 8 and 10,000 RPMs, but that's as high as I'm going to go, and that is going to be a great representation of how it's going to actually come out of our sintering furnace afterward. If I can get a shot of this one and our lower next to each other, cool. So you can see, like, they're both polished, but one of them has a different luster to it. That's the beauty of green state polishing. That'll never happen with post-sintered, post-glazed materials, post-sintered polishing or post-sintered glazed, overglazed material. You're going to get the same finish, and don't think that you can just underfire your glaze and get this. It's absolutely not true. Underfired glaze is porous and going to wear off very quick. So green state polishing is where it's at, and nothing touches nanoparticle zirconia.